Today is July 6th. In 5 minutes, it'll be July 7th. We're in the second half of the season. Aaron Judge, 30 bombs before the break. And they split us 2-game set with Pittsburgh. That was fake.
Talking Recaps galore, weekly
Hear that?
Stat lines, steam and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talking Yanks, presented to you by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. I am joined by Jake and producer Bug Dude in the corner, whose birthday is coming up. The Yankees split a 2-game set in Pittsburgh, 2 games that don't matter and don't mean anything, and they are prepping for a big ol' series up in Fenway. We'll be there tomorrow, game 1. That's exciting news. And Jake, you look good. How are you?
James, Davis, everyone live with us as we approach midnight Eastern Standard Time. Little rain delay on getaway day. Classic. I'm doing well. You're right. I mean, this series in the grand scheme didn't mean much. Unless the Yankees lost, which they didn't today. Spoiler. Not to ruin the second half of the episode.
I mean, if you click the recap episode
Yeah.
and are going to get upset about it being spoiled.
Well, there's chronological people out there that maybe they knew the Yankees lost the first one. They saw Joe's tweets.
Pause it and go watch the second one.
Should I put this Permanente Bros sandwich up my butt? Whoa, Joe's, get out of here. Go check out his videos. Yeah, I mean, huge that they won. And, you know, the ending of today sucked. Position player pitching, but was he really? But it's also fun. I mean, if you had to tune it up, would you want the Yankees?
He's just throwing the ball right down the middle.
Yeah, see, he didn't understand that you either need to lob it or throw it harder. You can't actually throw batting practice.
That was Carlos Beltran talking.
No comment. You know, a couple guys got tuned up before the trip to Boston. Judgy sees one go over the fence. Stanton, Hicks, Dono. Can't call him Dono. Big G, little G, Gallo. So I don't know. It is what it is. And either way, even if they did lose these 2 games, the end of this episode would have been like, well, nothing matters in 24 hours because we're playing in the bean.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look like you saw a ghost over there.
It's like the opposite. Well, because I don't want to say anything I'm about to say.
You look like Chad Green at the AAA housing looking at the ghost.
Funeral?
Yeah.
Funeral home where they have the minor leaguers hang out. I don't want to say anything I'm about to say.
Okay.
I don't know.
Huge.
I hope it's a tune-up, because it might have been the opposite of a donut. Like, the Boston pitchers are going to look so good.
Right.
In comparison to Manny Benuelos being a friend and position player.
Maybe they don't.
I know, they're pretty beat up. We'll get to that later. Should we just burn these games?
Yeah, I think we'll chew through these games pretty quick. We'll give out some awards. We'll do a normal episode, but we're going to talk some Boston. Boston's coming up. We're going to Boston tomorrow.
And I have some stats. I thought of an award halfway through. I'm going to write it down, and I forgot. Now I have to
That's awesome. Hope I don't take them. Who is it? So I won't take them.
Not telling you, dude.
Okay. Well,
Not telling you.
Can I tell you about Shady Rays?
Yeah.
Because I'm not wearing them right now. It's midnight. It just hit midnight. I will be wearing them on our trip tomorrow because the sun will still be out. Can't see that. Oh, midnight. Yeah, I can see that. Shady Rays, speaking of midnight, midnight's kind of like the 50% of the day. And Shady Rays is giving you 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shade. Oh, if you're nocturnal, dude.
All right.
Wake up, man. It's 2021.
All
And ShadyRays.com, use code Yanks, 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades. If you lose or break your pair, like Jimmy, even on day one, they will send you a brand new pair. That's pretty good. That basically means you get infinity sunglasses. That's not in the ad read, but they also provide 10 meals to fight hunger in America with every order, and they have donated over 20 million meals today. So you're getting a good product. You're getting 50% off the product. If you lose or break the product, you get the product back, and they're donating. ShadyRays.com. Use code Yanks, 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades.
Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Tyone playing against his old friends. Burn, Jakey, burn.
How about we grab a bottle of Jameson and spend the night at the beautiful La Quintana Inn as Tyone and Jose tee it up in the Steel City. Bottom 2, some sweet music for Pittsburgh from Johann Sebastian Vogelbach. He hits a solo homer. Jack, let me sell you brake pad Sawinski. He pedals a 2-run homer of his own. 3-0, make it 4 after a Ben Gamel RBI double. J-Mo didn't have the sauce against his former mates. 5.15 earnings for Tyone. But these are the 22 Yankees. Judgy with the RBI single. Magic Carpenter flops an RBI single. But it's not enough from the Yankees as they lose 5-2 final.
How did La Quintana get involved at the start?
Quintana was the starting pitcher's name. La Quintana.
Still think the Yankees might trade for Quintana a la Jaime Garcia. Not as like a postseason player, but just if they just, or in Heaney, you know. He's the guy that fits the bill for what they've done a couple times of like, this guy probably doesn't make our postseason roster, but he's going to help us eat innings down the stretch here.
Yeah. Only thing is there's probably six other teams that are saying something like that. So we'll see. And the Yankees roster crunch gets really interesting with Johnny, Marinaccio, Domingo. But we do know they're looking at arms. So, and Quintana, it kind of looks solid. I don't know. They were also, the Yankees weren't like ready to go in this one. Like the day after the 4th of July off day, series before Boston, no Rizzo, gets scratched before the game.
They were hanging out at the museum beforehand. Rizzo gets scratched. That's something of note. DJ plays first. Stanton plays right field. Carpenter starts, gets 2 hits. Kind of it.
Yeah, J-Mo looked okay. His fastball didn't look like an A fastball. The Sawinski homer really freaked me out. I don't know if the Juicy Lucy's are back, but it looked like, I guess I don't know Jack Sawinski well enough, but it looked like he was overextended end of the bat and it got out, and that kind of changed the whole tone of the game. So, yeah, I don't know.
You should get to know Jack more.
I should get to know Jack more.
Yes. Sawinski.
Okay.
That's all. Something I think you should do.
And Jimmy.
Sawinski's got 14 homers on the year. He is like a...
No, he's like a legitimate young rookie player having a nice season. I compared him to the future Matt Stairs, who had a really nice MLB career. So, dig up that tweet in 12 years.
His Twitter bio is, I am who he says I am.
If I wasn't, then why would I say I am?
But it's he's doing a religious thing.
He's doing God, not rap.
He's not an Eminem thing.
That'd be a good album.
Like a religious remix of that.
God, not rap. It's late. Yeah, Yankees, I mean, there's even a couple base runners on late. It's kind of close to a Yankee signature loss, even though...
This is going to be so rude.
Oh, no.
But this series was an off day for me.
Okay.
I watched both games.
Yeah.
But it's almost like when you're reading a book and you're like, this is a boring part. I can kind of just let my mind not input this and, just get to the end of the page, but they're just like describing the sunset and I don't care. That was this. I watched this whole game. And at the end, I turned on my phone to do my post-game recap, and I just said, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-game set against Pittsburgh means nothing.
You know what was the highlight for me?
What's that?
Watching Bednar, their closer, pitch. Because he actually had fun stuff.
I mean, watching Chapman is nice, too. I want to talk about that later.
Yeah. Okay. Is
Carpenter,
that your award? Is that your award you had prepared?
No, Carpenter's got a fun
award you had.
Nah, it's not that. Fun conversations about Carpenter from this, but that might be going later as well.
Screw this game.
Yeah, screw this game. Let's go to second game. Will they lose?
Pirates try to sweep the decks of the ship with these Yankee bastards. Whoa, Loopy, Keller, Severino, their head. Whoa, double Loopy. Brad versus Luis. Zeros into the fifth. DJ 26 on the ones and twos with his 2-run single. Top 6. Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams. Donaldson, home run to deep left. Speaking of dreams, Joey sends the Pirates to the gallows with a bomb of his own. It's 4-0 Yanks. Higgy got that red in his eyes as he goes 420 to center. It's 5-0 Yanks. Sevy had a great outing. 6 innings pitched, 0 earned run, but it wasn't quite grand like Aaron. Judge's 30th home run of the year scores the Yankees 4. It's 9-0. The Pirates just quit on themselves. A Van Meter of life and death. The Yankees score a bunch on a position player pitching. They go Sevy, Wandy, Chappie, Abreu. Yankees win 16-0 final.
16-0. Boo.
16-0.
Come on, the Pirates.
Be a little better about it.
Luis Severini.
Oh, the Paisan.
Luis Severino, Wandy Peralta, Aroldis Chapman, and Albert Abreu go to a bar together.
Okay.
It's Wandy and Chapman fighting people on the dance floor, and Sevy and Abreu at the bar watching, laughing, and then like meeting girls. And it's a really fun time for everyone involved.
You're all around.
Chapman is scared of Wandy.
Albert Abreu is the bait. Know how kind of like if you went to a bar with friends and you have maybe your healthier, handsome friend, like Albert Abreu is the bait. They put him out there and they're like, ooh, look at this tall drink of coffee. And then, Wandy and Chapman don't care. And Sevy's doing a nice juggling match between the three, which is really nice of him.
That is nice of him. Everyone got hits in this game. Gallo homer, DJ had 3 hits, Judge had 3 hits. Gallo walked.
Twice.
Might be my biggest laugh of the season.
There was some intense energy.
Walking on a close pitch from a position player. Might be the hardest I've giggled at an outcome this season.
I'll say this. I thought for sure we were going homer or strikeout. I guess I ignored the third true outcome, and I thought that would dictate the rest of Joey's career. I do think he basically put the chip on green playing roulette, and the ball bounced out of the thing, and it was no bet, and he just took the money off the table. I don't know. This was a real game for 6 innings, and then it was a fake game for 3 innings.
Yeah.
Hey, good
I
on.
might have to.
Good on Sevy. The first inning, he goes single double, and then he goes pop out, strikeout, ground out. Because you're right. I mean, we could have easily made this 2-game set in Pittsburgh a fever dream, and just been like, oh well, we lost. We don't care. We're going to Boston. 2 runners on in the first inning, and then he locked them up the rest of his appearance.
Yeah, that was pretty big to get out of that. And then the Yankees, they had runners on they had 5 hits through 4 innings and didn't get anything across. They had 2 inning-ending double plays. I don't know. If you're a Yankees fan and you see that happening, like, it was pretty clear they were going to get to Pittsburgh as a horrible bullpen. So I was not nervous. If you told me the score was going to be like, I would have still taken the over if it was 8 after the 4 innings, based on just how the Yankees were swinging and knowing what the Pirates were running out.
And that was right.
Should we refresh this? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Hear you great.
Okay.
What are you doing? You chat watching right now?
I can't see you, and I can hear you talking like this every now and then.
Oh, yeah. You got the internet going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You wanted to talk about Chapman, but I think it was that award you were saving, so I don't know if we talk about that now. He comes in back-to-back games. Donaldson hits a real homer. Joey's homer was still real. Higgy's was on that borderline of reality. And then everything falls apart.
The big storyline is Carpenter played right field, and that's like a big ol', everyone talked about it. Even Booney was like, yeah, something we can do. When Gallo leaves or whatever, it's
I don't
if
think
he can play
Booney
right
didn't
field.
say that part.
He didn't, but they asked him, and
Yeah.
he basically was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. Carpenter deserves it, so I'm glad they're doing that. And maybe and Marwin could easily be doing that, but then we run into the problem not having a backup shortstop, and Carpenter's been better with the bat. So yeah, I'm glad that they're trying that out. He looked all right. I don't think he got many before it got to the wall and threw it in.
Cut it
I
off.
don't remember Carpenter getting any. Did he get tested at all?
Nothing in my head. Yeah, Cabrian kind of fell on that play, and he got the ball in nicely. So, yeah, I mean, it's fully out there. It'll be interesting to see, especially we go to Fenway. Obviously, the short left field. I don't know if they view Matt Carpenter as right field only, left field only. I guess we'll find out. But, yeah, I mean, he deserves
Stanton will be playing left.
He deserves to be in this lineup. Yeah, probably not every game, though. So I'm interested to see. It's one of the bigger storylines of the season right now. I mean, Matt Carpenter hit 3-hole today. And he's done nothing but hit. So he's got to be out there. Maybe Donaldson was on watch, and he hits a homer today too. So Carpenter's been nails.
And he looks like nails, too.
A little bit. He looks tough. But every time he
Looks good.
celebrates, it's not a tough guy celebration.
No, it's earnest. I don't know if we're going to talk about Donaldson later.
Okay.
You think we are?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, let's get to awards then.
Okay.
I gotta find out what you're talking about.
Find out what you're talking about. Awards are brought to you by DraftKings. We already know you got that Chapman Award lined up. DraftKings is the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. New customers can bet just $5 on any game. Could have bet tonight's game. And if you pick the Yankees, you would have got $150 in free bet. And even if you hit Pittsburgh, you would have got $150 in free bets because you get that no matter what, win or lose. They've got their same game parlays. Make a little cashola that way. Put a couple bets together, win bigger. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOHNBOY. New customers can make any $5 MLB bet and get $150 in free bets no matter what. That's promo code JOHNBOY, only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. MLB trademarks used with permission.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Pride of the Yankees, huh?
Pride of the Yankees.
Okay. I think where I'm going, and those that know the show heard me allude to it in that game recap. I'm going with Severino.
Damn.
Yeah, he was the answer. Sevy goes 6 shutout today. Again, a game that doesn't matter. Also did matter because you kind of can't go into Boston with a 3-game losing streak. This series means a lot more to Boston than it does to us. That if there was a little bit more of blood in the water, that's a bad thing. Sevy shut him down today. Yankees shut him down today. And it all started with Severino at the top. So 6 shutty from him. ERA down to 3.11 on the season. Shout out. Amber is the color of your energy. Luis Severino.
He's awesome, man. You see, he kind of just went slider, fastball.
Yep.
And I wonder if that's because it's a very young Pittsburgh team where a fastball of his caliber and a slider of his caliber play. Like, you don't need to really go with the cutter or the other stuff. But he simplified it down. We got a bunch of stats about Sevy from Quags that are really cool. Out of 43 American League pitchers with 70-plus innings, Severino ranks 10th in the league in WHIP, which is 4th best on the Yankees. Pretty wild.
Boys are pitching this year.
What was the other? He has the 6th highest fastball velocity in the AL. I like that one a lot. And he crushes the National League. That was a weird one. Sevy versus the National League before tonight had a 1.46 ERA and a 1.96 batting average against in 12 games.
No time for him.
Now it's 13 games. It might even get lower.
Sure did.
Should get lower.
Sure did.
So, yeah, good pride.
Thank you. Who's yours?
I'm trying to look one thing up. I wanted Sevy. I thought you might not go with him. Trying to see. I want to go with Glaber because his defense was awesome and his bat was awesome. He had a 700 on base percentage in the 2 games. And those plays at second, it's kind of what we were talking about. Like, I don't think DJ has those in his bag. Like, I think like those are more rangy, more youthful, kind of nimbler plays.
Right.
He also got run ragged out there today. But that double he hit in the first or second inning, and he had a double yesterday as well. So he has, I don't know, he had 2 hits in both games, extra base hit in both games, good defensive plays. And today, having fun in the fake game.
The lads were having fun in the dugout. It's always a good time. We got you there, Big Cat?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 40 seconds of silence, and then I get every word you say at once. So,
all right. You want to leave and come back or something?
It's a tough listen. What?
You want to leave and come back or something?
Yeah, I'll try that.
Yeah. All right. Well, James, good pride for Glaber. His defense really did look solid, man. He looks confident. He looks athletic. He looks loose. He almost made that other great play, and then it looked like his wrist got caught up a little bit. He was on every at-bat. Even his outs, I think, were kind of loud. 1 strikeout, but 3 walks, 4 hits, all over everything he's doing. The OPS got back above 8, which this year, having an OPS in the 8s is really good. And, yeah, he's just genuinely happy and having fun playing baseball and being good. So it's a good one for Glaber. Good one for Glaber.
Along with his hits 4 hits. He also had 3 walks.
Yes, sir. Most walks on the team this series.
Yeah, he had a much. The chat is trying to act like I'm snubbing IKF. Glaber had a much better series than Kiner Fluffa.
It's probably open for discussion, but I thought Glaber was good.
Well, if you like extra base hits and walks as well as your hits and plus defensive plays, you go Glaber.
Yep.
All right. Which I do. I like those things.
All good. All
They're
good.
just smiling.
Big smile.
Next up.
You Yankee motherfucker.
It's a tough one, huh? I guess for you, I'll go Jameson Taillon. JMO came up against his old team. Love Jameson. He's 9-1 on the year coming in this game. You saw it in the first 2 batters. He was juiced up for this game. He went punchy, and you're like, ooh. Maybe JMO, who's got that little FU to him. We've seen it in a few of his starts this year. I thought after the first 2 batters, there was a chance he was going to do something special for us. He ends up giving up a couple ding-dongs, got hit a little bit. 5.1, 5 earned. I think there's a little too much talk around the office this week that he's been in a bad way of recent. I know he hasn't been as good as he was. He got hit by Houston pretty good. He had the casual Yankees bad start against Oakland, 5 innings, 3 earned. And then another 5 earnings here that, his last 3 have not been pretty. I'm not overly concerned about it. I think it's kind of baseball leveling out a little bit. Not every Yankee starting pitcher was going to have a 2.7 throughout the year. So it goes to JMO, and he probably wanted to shove and, show the old people of Pittsburgh that he's up to good stuff. So tough.
It's a little more than his last 3, I believe. I think he's had 1 good start out of his last 6. I'm a little flag is up with JMO. I'd like to see 2 good ones in a row. Not early runs. I think he was doing a really good job of getting ahead of batters. Obviously, we love that. Throwing strikes right away, and he seems to be getting jumped a little more with that approach as teams really have more lengthy scouting reports. So he's probably out of the 5 starters. He's the one I'm like, come on, like I don't want to lose you.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not there. I mean, two of those 6 starts that you're talking about are the 5 and 3 earned runs. So I don't know. Those don't
8 hits. I mean, getting hit around. He's got a 6.16 ERA in his last 6 starts.
Yeah.
And 44 hits in 30 innings. So I think I think you can be a little bit guarded.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Yankees are still doing well in those games. He's still throwing innings. Like he's still getting through 5 in each of those games. So
Dude, that's been one of the best things. Like even Monty, his 2 poor starts, he got into the 7th both times. Like that's even when the starters aren't delivering, 2 earned runs or less, they've been delivering innings. It's very awesome. It's awesome, but they also need to slow that down. So
yeah, it'll be a balance, and we'll see if they add another arm to the mix, whether it's someone inside the org, someone outside the org. But yeah, not the again Jack Sawinski. So sorry, JMO.
Well, my MFer's pretty hard now, considering Taillon's the only pitcher that gave up an earned run out of the 7 that pitched.
Right.
Offensively,
only 2 guys went without hits, Trevino and Rizzo. So
yeah. Yeah, but I don't think either of them deserve it.
okay.
Because Rizzo's cool. He let Carpenter get some reps, and that helps Carpenter stock out a lot, which helps with other problems. Donaldson was lining up. Higgy was lining up. I don't know, man. This is tough.
Yeah. Not so fun when the rabbit's got the gun, they say.
Let's just go Gallo then.
Wow.
Think you're going to trick me with your homer? You're not.
Tough.
Well, we didn't give it to him like 2 series. We're like, let's not do Gallo for MFer, even though he deserves it.
I never said that.
I think you said that last week.
So 1 series, yeah.
Yeah, I did the week before.
Okay, go on.
That's it.
Okay. That's Yankee MFer?
Yeah, Gallo.
Tough. Well, that's life sometimes.
Dude, everyone else did better. Can't walk against a position player when you need hits. Because, like, Hicks swung at a ball off the plate, which Hicks doesn't do, and he got a grand slam.
Right.
That pads the stats.
Full softball swing out of Hicks. Had the, like, triple leg stutter toe tap.
Gallo's not changing his approach.
No.
Not even if a position player's pitching.
Mm-mm.
Swing off the plate and have some fun, Gallo.
I like that.
Like, put a ball in play and show us you're alive. That was, I audibly laughed. I was like, what the fuck is that, dude?
Yeah.
Walk against a position player, but everyone's getting hits. It's a weird move. It's a weird move.
Good eye, Joey. Speaking of good eyes, you guys need to head over to Greg Morris Cards. Greg Morris, you guys know him. He's the toughest MFer on the internet. That's not on here, but I believe it. Greg Morris, he's slinging 80,000 sports cards every month, people.
Out of his pockets.
That's 2,000 a day exclusively on eBay. Greg Morris Card sells from every era, pre-war, post-war, modern. People trust Greg Morris Cards. His name's Greg Morris. He shakes your hand firmly. If Greg says the card is mint, you know the card is mint. Go to gregmorris.com to see their inventory. I'm on there right now looking at some of their cards. They got some of the real deal. I've got some of Greg Morris cards in my hands right now. How about Thurman Munson? Whoops. I'll sell it to you for $1 billion. That's why I'm not trustworthy. That's why Greg Morris is. He wouldn't do that to you. And Greg Morris Cards wants to give you $10 in free cards just for hearing about us on John Boy Media. Go to their website, gregmorriscards.com. Find the cards you want. And if you win the eBay auction, message them with the code JOHNBOY, and you will get $10 off your order. So go check them out, gregmorriscards.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to see exclusive content and deals. Thanks, GMC.
Dude, I've been on this search like 3 times now, just trying to find a picture of Greg Morris so hard.
It's tough.
And I can't.
It is tough.
Yeah. Ugh. Regular on awards. You get to go first.
Jimmy, I'm giving out the I Read Them Tweets award. Yeah.
Donaldson.
James, the I Read Them Tweets award is going to Aroldis Chapman.
God damn it.
What?
You're a jerk.
You said it wasn't him. That's why I took him.
No, I never said anything. I said I wasn't telling you who it was.
You had all the opportunity, and you pissed it away. Jimmy, Aroldis Chapman comes in, and you go, okay, this 5-2 game that is seemingly nothing in Pittsburgh. Chapman comes up and he throws a 102 on the gun, readjusted to 101 after the game. It was just a reminder to the people that Aroldis Chapman is genuinely built different. Look at his shoulders. Look at the length of his arms. The guy is a freak of nature. That, you know, we've gotten pretty high and tidy with our guy Clay Holmes shutting things down and having one of the best reliever seasons we've ever seen. That Chappie came in and he showed the people that he's still got that in the tank that not a lot of people do. So Chappie read your tweets. Interested to see. I think the Yankees strategically a little bit pitch him back-to-back days, so he'll miss the first game in Boston, and the Yankees won't have to use him. But Aroldis Chapman is going to be a factor out of this Yankees bullpen. It's just to what degree? Is it 7? Is it 8? Is it 9? Like, Aroldis Chapman's probably going to close another baseball game for us this year. And I don't know if it'll be due to injury or fatigue or what, but Chappie wanted to show everyone that the sweaty man was back, and we saw that in slow-mo today.
Yeah, I was going to give him Don't Blow It, Sweaty Man award.
Mm-hmm.
Because he might have earned himself a hold situation in Boston with those 2 outings. I didn't think the slider looked good, but the fastball did. Slider had like no movement. It was basically just a changeup. Like it was just like a slower, tight, whatever. But the fastball was good. It was 198. He was spotting it decently. Yanked that 102, retracted to 101.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think he might have earned himself, tie game in the 7th. Let's do it. They got Devers in the rotation. They got lefties, whatever. So don't blow it, because I think you just earned yourself some time.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a factor in the Boston series for sure. It's just what role and what timing. Like, I think kind of like you're alluding to, the Yankees would love if there was if they had a 4-run lead in the 7th inning and Devers and Verdugo were coming up. The Yankees would love to pepper that lane with him. Because right now, the higher leverage guy, Holmes, King, Wandy, Chapman, and kind of borderline Castro.
They got Chapman above Castro.
I think so, too. We haven't seen Castro since his paternity leave. Glad he's back, though. See ya, Weber. But, yeah, I mean, he's obviously going to be a factor in this Boston series, and he's obviously going to be a factor the rest of the way. So,
isn't Weber already down?
Yeah, that was for Castro. That's what I was saying.
That happened today?
Yeah.
Got DFA'd, yeah.
It went 16-0.
Sure did.
Weber will be Benuelos later on. Orioles are going to pick him up or something, then they're going to throw him against Judge.
I mean, didn't Weber already clear waivers once?
Yeah.
So, maybe not. Seems like the other teams might have the scouting report.
Every team had a chance to claim him. Then he elected free agency, and everyone had another chance to reach out.
He's got to be confused.
And he came back.
Come on, Webb. We already got a hotel room. Like, come on.
Yeah. So what's your first award?
Good award by you.
Thank you.
And now I have to give out my award.
Yeesh.
Which is different than your award.
Yeesh.
And
Yo.
well, there's like something I want to talk about, but I don't know why it's like an award.
Okay.
Man.
All right.
Man. I can't do that. All right, I'll be giving it low. I'll be giving out the low. All right, I'm gonna give this out, and you have to guess who it is. The Low Leverage Lucas Award.
Okay. Jimmy, everything in that title would allude to that you're giving it to Lucas Licky.
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
Hey, Licky's real good in low leverage. Like, we did this a couple weeks ago, but it's kind of making me laugh because I see it as a good thing, because it's like, good, we can save him. We don't need to throw him in the big spots or even test him out. I don't know if he's been bad high leverage. I don't even know the stats, but I know we did this a while ago. We went through this game log, and it was like, hey, if you're losing by a couple runs, Licky will keep it level for you.
Yeah.
They're a low leverage guy. Maybe that's a better award. Keep it level.
85 appearances for the Yankees now. in the 2 years, a 2.82 ERA. I think, Jim, I know this is a person that's pretty near and dear to your heart, so if it's not right, but he was also discussed in the office today.
My grandma?
Maybe a little Adam Warren?
Adam Warren, they would give high leverage. Some seasons he got high leverage, like 17.
Licky ended up there last year a decent amount.
Yeah, I like Warren. Warren was a little more switch knifey, but they're kind of using Litke that way now. He does 1.2, but I feel like Warren would go like 3 sometimes. Warren had no arsenal. Like Litke's curveball looks cool.
Right.
You're like, what pitch does Warren throw? You'd be like, well, it's a change up, but none of them are like anything.
He throws them all.
He throws them all. Yeah. Okay, guys, the numbers, maybe it's medium leverage, Lucas. The high leverage numbers are bad on Baseball Reference. It's a 1.1 OPS against, 417 batting average against. Low leverage, much better. So the numbers do back it up. Now, medium leverage, whatever the fuck that is.
Right.
He's nice. He's
That's the
nasty.
Adam Warren.
Yeah, maybe.
Can I tell you something funny?
Yeah, you're always joking.
Last year, Lucas Licky, high leverage, an 840 OPS against, medium leverage, a 526 against, and low leverage, 625. So, yeah, it all checks out.
Medium leverage.
He needs
Lucas.
to feel it a little bit.
Just don't get too hot.
He's got to tap in, get a little extra
I like it
spin.
warm. I like it warm on the mound.
So that was the I Like It Warm on the Mound award?
Yeah. Yes. Retroactive. Now, BBD, on your note keeping, you can call it the I Like It Warm. Lukewarm. Lukewarm officially. And then you can put asterisks retroactively changed. And we'll never remember the first one. Ever.
The Lucwarm Award.
Lukewarm Award. And now
I
you
did
get to
Luke,
go.
L-U-C, like how he spells Lucas.
It feels
All right.
Canadian. That feels a little French Canadian, like Luc Robitaille. Sorry, always talking hockey.
Usually, yeah. You're up with your next award.
James, I'm giving out the Bruce Buffer Award.
Why?
All right. I'll do the whole Greg Morris ad read again.
Did someone announce themselves?
Not necessarily, no. Okay, 20 questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this a play on announcer?
It's semi. The word's named after. a
Okay,
famous
semi.
announcer.
Good. 19 left.
Okay. Counting.
Is it a Yankee getting the award?
It is a Yankee.
Okay.
18.
Be an infielder.
It is an infielder.
17.
Does he go by initials sometimes?
It's a loaded question. You discussed it last episode. A lot of guys on the Yankees kind of go by initials sometimes.
Yeah. 3 out of the... Okay. So that's a yes. It's not Glaber anyway. Okay. Does he play the left side of the infield?
Yes.
Does he wear high socks?
Mostly, I believe. I'd have to check the game log.
Is it Josh Donaldson?
James, it's Josh Donaldson.
That was my
You,
guess from the rip.
That would have been better.
But we took the long way.
Driving with your dad. Josh Donaldson, James, he hits the home run in this game. The Donaldson crew was kind of starting to get loud a little bit. People were digging up his stats and were like, wait, is this guy's doing bad as some of these other guys. He hits the home run. The dugout's pretty juiced up about it. And James, you'll remember this. If you don't, it's insane. We went to Yes Network before the season. They put microphones in front of our face. And I said, Josh Donaldson has a chance to be one of the most hated players by Red Sox fans in a long time. And guess what, dude? You had a pretty slow start to the season. We got to ignore it because other guys were having much slower starts. But, man, now's the time, JD. Now is the time, man. Heading into Boston. He's got crazy numbers at Fenway. Lifetime. So, Bruce Buffer, man, it's time for Josh Donaldson to go.
I like the play. Dude, you have to go look at this Chris Sale video that's on Twitter
I
right
just
now.
saw it.
Can we pause the whole show to
I got
talk about this?
watching it.
Can I play this real quick first? I still have that.
Guys made a career out of that. Marathon.
Sale's playing against Scranton right now, the Rail Riders, I think. And it says he gave up a bases loaded walk, and then he was taken out after 3 2/3. And this video,
Yeah.
does this have audio, this video?
I haven't listened to it with audio yet.
It does. Dude, he's like jumping on something that's hanging from the wall, like a light fixture, or I don't really know what that is. And like jumping up and down to rip it down. And then at the end, just throwing so many lefty kicks up at this thing, and then walks out like a badass. Dude, what a psychopath in a bad way.
What? The guy that cut up his team's jerseys before the game?
Oh my God. Jeez. That's pathetic. Rehab start.
Yeah. Weird
Dude,
guy.
that's nuts. Anyway, back to JD. His plays when he was in the shift, he's basically at shortstop.
Yeah.
He made a couple. Made 2 this series where he had to run to his back to third and then throw it over to first. And they look good. I mean, they're not it's like natural. I mean, it's a weird play. It's not fluid. But
If a third baseman doesn't make the play, you say, oh, well, he's a third baseman.
Yeah, it's a weird play for him. So, but he comes up with it. His defense has been good. His arm is nice. You talk about it, I think about it.
Talk about it a lot. And, yeah, I mean, it's going to be kind of funny when the numbers load tomorrow. I think his OPS plus is going to be right around 100. So, again, it's the expectations. He's got to do more. And like we're saying about this weird little Pittsburgh series, if JD puts up like a 7 for 16 in Boston this weekend, I mean, pretty much all will be forgotten.
Yeah. Well, he crushes it in Fenway.
Yeah. You want those numbies?
Yes, and I'm not going to give this guy an award because it's not really worth it, but my prediction is that Donaldson and Trevino go off against Boston because Donaldson has really good numbers at Fenway. He loves it there. And Trevino, I believe his road home splits now look very favorable to Yankee Stadium. I'm not positive. I should check that before saying it. I will right now.
Okay.
So my theory is like he grew up a diehard Yankees fan. He loves the moment. It's like he can't be in Yankee Stadium and not perform.
Right.
And Fenway's going to evoke those same feelings for Jose. First time in Fenway wearing a Yankees uniform, so he's going to go off.
Right.
Yep. His home road splits are drastic.
As are JD's, by the way.
Better at the stadium or better away?
Opposite. Better away.
Well, yeah, but I'm going against the grain on Trevino because he's going to be away.
You're
but I'm
tapping
saying
in.
it's not about home away. It's about the feelings being evoked.
It's about the Yanks. Josh Donaldson in 37 games at Fenway, 307, 424, and 967 OPS. So, yeah, both those guys are go off. There you go. Those are our picks to click. Not stealing that from another show.
B2C. What show did you steal it from?
Pinstripe Strong.
Doubt it.
Okay. What Where are you going with the most prestigious award of the show, my good man, my good fellow?
The not Joey Gallo Award.
Okay. NJG. This award usually goes to Matt Carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. This is Matt Carpenter.
Yeah.
Guy's going off. I don't know if you've seen it. Completely changed his approach. Was struggling, was slumping, wasn't producing. Changed his swing, changed his approach, sought help. Said, I think there's more baseball left in me. I'm willing to do whatever I got to do. Hitting coaches, swinging hard now. And you might think, okay, so Matt Carpenter's run into a bunch of homers. Whoop-de-doo. Well, he's also got a 320 or 342 higher now after today batting average. And a 415 or something on base. Do you have the numbers after today?
300 batting average, 407 on base. He's 1 for
Sorry.
4 today.
When he starts,
Ah.
he has like a 350 batting average now, probably with a 415 on base and probably a 1 dot when he starts with 8 homers and 18 RBIs. He hasn't done much off the bench. 9 plate appearances. He walked a couple times, doesn't get any hits. So when Matt Carpenter gets the start, man, he's putting that bats together. And if he can play some right field now, Booney said it was like when they put Neil Walker out there. Neil Walker ended up starting 18 games. I don't think Matt Carpenter's going to start 18 games. And Booney even kind of said, like, I don't expect to see him out there much, but we're just seeing if he can do it.
It's another trick in the bag, and that was kind of I felt pretty good because my award last episode was like, let's find out. Like, we need to. So if you got to throw him in right field for a game to see if that bat still works, then let's do it. And yeah, it's more so the Matt Carpenter, if he's obviously anywhere near these numbers, he's going to be on the team the rest of the year. He's going to be a part of the playoffs. He's a lefty threat. That right field or any outfield position just becomes interesting because the playoffs happen hard and fast. Mm-hmm. If someone in a playoff series puts up an 0 for 8 and they're having bad at bats, we would sit here and have conversations like, do you got to bench that guy? And Matt Carpenter, if he's the bat that's still working and it's third base, first base, right field, potentially left field, depending where we are, then that gives the Yankees more options. So yeah, man, I loved seeing him out there. He, again, didn't get fully tested, so that could be something we could pull back on pretty quickly, but I don't know, veteran guy. You'd lean he'd have some experience with fly balls. We'll find out as he goes, but yeah, man, keep hitting. The swing looks so pretty. He looks so in control. Yeah, I'm excited to keep reading the book. And something of note, it started your soliloquy. Matt Carpenter, it took him 180 games before he went and he talked to all those people and figured out he needed to change. So tying that to other things.
So you want to give Gallo 50 more games?
I never said that. I was tying that to other things.
I bet he's saying, wish I did earlier.
Maybe we should have him on.
Okay.
Maybe that's the full circle. Maybe Carpenter corners Gallo. They have a moment. Fist fight.
Everyone says Gallo's the funniest in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
No, everyone says Wandy's the funniest.
Yeah.
Gallo's, they say it's funny, but
They say Joey's
Wandy's
funny.
the funniest. Yeah.
They give you the I'm not jerking you around. They're like, no, like Joey's a funny dude. Like, all right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Not much for jokes myself.
No. Do I have another award or are we done?
We're done with awards. We do probably have to check a couple boxes at the end. IKF does walk away with 7 hits. 2 of those are off the same position player in the last inning. But
No, but those don't count.
I'm
Otherwise,
moving on.
Okay.
That's all that was. But the same award I gave Josh Donaldson, it's time. Like IKF, if you want to do this, like here's your time. Here's 4 at Fenway. So if you are getting hot, we remember he was streaky in April and he looked good for a little bit. If he stumbled into one of those right now, it would be a hell of a time to do it. So go do that, Izzy.
think he puts one off the pesky pole.
Pesky pole or a monster job, like it's kind of lining up that way, right? Like what's the whole Bucky Dent story?
Monster job.
Fly ball to left.
Has he hit a fly ball all year? He's got one off Clausse. He was doing the Donaldson swing.
He's got a Fenway jobber. Little League Park.
Pesky pole. If they move it to where the shortstop stands.
Right.
Yeah, good job by Connor.
Big
Hit
series
one-
for him. Big series for him coming.
Huge series for him. I'm interested to see if there's a high leverage spot in a close game and a ball goes to him. He's definitely a nervous kid that has mishandled balls in those moments. So that'll be the only really like measure that I look at about Kiner, unless he starts hitting extra base hits. Anything else? I had 7 of the next 10 games are against Boston. They only played 3 against them. Cole versus we don't know tomorrow.
They
Nestor
keep
versus
saying Winkowski.
Winkowski, but it's technically TBD. Winkowski. Then they're hoping that it's like they get Waka back. But check this out. It's Yes Network, Amazon, Fox, ESPN. 4 different networks.
Whoa.
And we're missing the Yes because we'll be there tomorrow night.
Right.
So, what are you expecting? Boston's pretty beat up. You want to win 3 minimum? Or do you want more? Are you greedy?
I mean minimums too. Minimums too. You can't let Boston walk away from this series thinking like their season's fully rejuvenated. Like we've talked about on Talkin Baseball. They've gotten back into baseball. I think they're the number 1 wild card team right now, but they did have an easier schedule. That I just can't have them going full like, oh, it's down to 11 games. Like, oh, there's a lot of baseball left. Like I don't want to deal with that personally. So, yeah, I mean, it's 2 for me. It's in Fenway, and like you're saying, they come to the stadium after that. So it's a minimum of 2, and yeah, kind of like you're saying, man. I mean, we're starting off with Cole and Winkowski. Their pitching's really beat up. If the Yankees could be on full display, like, we've talked about them being a special team for the past couple months. If this is a special 98 Yanks type team, I mean, Cole, Cortez, Monty can really shove on these guys.
I would like that, Jake. I would like that.
Sure.
How many fly balls to left field do you think Kiner has hit where the left fielder had to run backwards?
3.
2. I think in the same game when he was Guardians, Clausse and Savali.
Right on top of the monster, into your hands. You give IKF's only home run from the season?
From his Yankee tenure.
Maybe.
That's a keepsake. He'd probably want it.
I would give it to him.
Depend on the little kid that I gave it to. They get to give it to him or not.
There's no little kid around you.
You.
I'm not a little kid, dude.
You will be when you see Kiner Homer.
I mean, still no. It just doesn't really work. Yeah.
Not in my eyes.
Okay.
I see you licking an ice cream cone constantly.
You're kind of the ice cream at the game guy.
No way. You're always talking about it.
I mean, the way you just I mean, that's
That's
tough.
like
that was tough.
I always have to tell people Jake's been talking about this ice cream.
You do tell people that.
See,
That doesn't mean lies.
like if I had to go to a court of law and we're the judge, and they'd call the witness up, the vendor, and be like,
I've got pictures of you.
who
scarfing
who wanted the ice cream? The
Scarfing
vendor
ice
under
cream.
court would say, Jimmy told me Jake wanted it.
Multiple ice creams, no spoon, and you're just going tongue to tongue in both hands.
Do you actually? I feel like you actually have that.
Don't test it. I'm on Twitter.
No, not on Twitter, dude.
I'm gonna say that walking out the subway one of these days.
You know who's not on
Don't
Twitter?
test it.
This is a retraction.
Know who's not on Twitter, and this is a retraction.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no idea the next words you're gonna say. Nothing.
No idea.
Almost like anti-hints.
Dude.
Final
Araldus
award.
Chapman.
Okay.
You said he read everyone's tweets. We need to retract that. He doesn't use Twitter. Instagram only.
He's got burners, dude. Like, that's the #1 burner line in the world.
Dude, he thinks Twitter is so lame.
Know how many people have burners that say they don't have Twitter?
I don't know how many people know.
I don't know either, man. But the guys that do have burners, they say they're not on Twitter because that's the whole point of having a burner.
That's true. I still retract it for you.
Retracted. None of that happened.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. See you tomorrow when the Yankees play the Red Sox in a series that matters.
Be good baseball.
Yeah, be good baseball.
Be good baseball.
feel like we haven't
8-3
seen-
Yanks.
I feel like we haven't seen good baseball since the Astros game. Like the Guardians series was blah.
Yeah.
2 games in Pittsburgh, cool. Let's get some good baseball going.
Guardians got a little screwed because of the double header, and then that just made it not feel real.
Yeah, doubleheader's fake baseball. Everyone
Yeah.
knows that.
Yeah. Yeah. Houston and the Rays. Okay.
Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.